on our little side. Thank
You got it. So full disclosure, my website is having some issues. It's moving very slow and it's timing out before I can get into my search functionality. So I'm going to be a little bit limited on what I show you today as far as setting the landing page up, but I'll walk you through it. And then I just won't be able to actually perform a search function on my website. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's not working.
Perfect. Thank
I
you
just
so
sent
much.
that over to member services. I'm like, oh no, I'm about to jump on a training and there's no service. What's going on? Anyhow, okay, so let's get started. So one way that you can generate leads through KvCore without paying any additional money, there's actually 5 ways. So the 5 ways are going to be utilizing squeeze pages and landing pages, posting those on social media. Those are ways to capture leads. You can create a custom text code and use it on your business card. That's another way to capture leads. Obviously, hosting open houses is going to be a great way to capture leads as well. And we do have the open house app that feeds right into KvCore, where you can do some nurturing by having a open house campaign set up so that as soon as they sign in at your event or your open house, they are already starting to get nurtured based on the campaign that you have set up for them. That's another way. And then you can blog on your website. And that's also another way to just increase your SEO. Again, what Ryan was saying earlier, the importance of doing something like blogging is being consistent. That's just getting yourself in front of other people to start hopefully having conversations. And then the last way that you can generate leads through KvCore without spending any additional money is connecting with your sphere. Your sphere of influence is obviously going to be your #1 lead gen source. So you definitely want to lean into your sphere of influence. As we all know, trust is built through relationships, and your SOI is going to convert at a much higher level than any paid lead source ever would. I want to say that the conversion rate for a referral or somebody within your network is 3 to 2, and a conversion rate on like an online lead is 1,600 to 1. So there's a huge gap there, right? So we definitely want to be leaning into our sphere of influence and utilizing the campaigns, the birthday purchase anniversaries through KvCore, the holiday campaign, maybe even setting up a newsletter. Those are all natural ways, natural touch points that you can stay in touch with your sphere of influence. But today we're going to talk about capturing leads through landing pages. So I'm going to show you a couple of examples of landing pages that I have created in the past so that you can kind of get an idea of the different ways that you can use them. So here is a first landing page. You'll see that in this landing page, I am offering.
Just a minute. Are you sharing a page?
Screen?
Share screen.
Thank you. All right. Can you guys see my screen now? Okay. Was that a yes?
All right. Yeah, we can see it now.
Perfect. Thank you. So this is a landing page where I am offering a list of open houses that are upcoming in New York. They text my text code open house NY to my smart number. And as soon as that text is received by the KvCore system, it is going to shoot out a text to them with a list of the open houses that I have already searched and provided that link from my website. So that is a custom text code.
So that'll show any open houses that you pre-set up in New York. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, right. And it's a dynamic link. So I can use it next month and it'll still provide me with the most updated open houses. Here's another one, open houses in Central Brooklyn. I'm offering the same list. They're just not having to do a text code. They click on show me the list, please. It's going to take them over to my website where they can see the list of open houses that are coming. I also, in this instance, added our home buying video that's available to you guys to use through YouTube. It's a Next Home branded home buying video. So I'll show you guys how to do that. Here's one for Malibu real estate deals. So looking for deals on real estate around Malibu, put some information here on these little thumbnails to entice them. That's the key, is you want to entice them to provide their information, give them something of value so that they would actually want to give their information, right? So when they add their email here, and if they want to add their cell phone, they can. It'll take them to the list where I've already preset that search function on my website of Malibu real estate deals. You can do one for a home valuation, find out what your home is worth, and you can attach a seller's guide to it and get connected with an agent today. You're just going to enter their address. That is your lead capture. And then when it enters, it'll send them the seller's guide. Here's another one on like if you're into doing niche marketing, right? So maybe I'm a golfer and I really focus heavily on properties that are located near a golf course. Then I want to be able to provide that information to anybody that's looking on owning some property near a golf course. So I've added some information here on the homes that are available in this particular neighborhood. I added a YouTube video that kind of reviews the golf course here that's highlighted. When they click on show me the list, it's going to take them to that list of homes that are available in the specific area.
Now I've got a question, Miss
Yeah.
Lee. So I can go in beforehand and set up all the houses on golf courses before I set that up. Is that right?
That is a part of the setup process. Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Here on this type of landing page, this is if you are, if you really like connecting with people through Facebook chat, you can link it to your Facebook Messenger so that when they click on this, it's going to take them directly over to the Messenger app, and then they can communicate with you that way. And then this one is an example of one that is set up for an event. So this was for Luke Day. So this office was getting together for Luke Day to package some food for those that needed it. So they put some information here. When they enter their contact info to participate in Luke Day, it's going to take them to the next page where it's linked to a waiver where they can fill out that waiver, bring it with them to the event. And that way they have that already set and good to go. So with landing pages, it's great because they don't always have to go back to your website. You can provide them a link to any other URL that you want. These are most commonly, though, they're going back to the website in all these samples. So that is landing pages. Let's talk about squeeze pages too. Squeeze pages are another opportunity that you can build. There are 4 different types of squeeze pages. There's the multi-property. So you're going to be providing a list of homes, a single property where you're going to be providing information on one particular listing. Seller squeeze. This is going to squeeze them back to the home valuation tab on your website. Let me just get my website open real quick, so that they can put in their address, that's your lead capture, and then they can get their home valuation. And then market report. With the market report, it's going to squeeze them over to the market report section on your website where they can get a market report on a specific neighborhood, zip code, city. And then they also have the opportunity to register to get those on a regular basis. And that's going to be your lead capture opportunity with the market report. With the squeeze pages, it's a really great idea to do like a social media posting of the day. Maybe you're highlighting a specific neighborhood, or maybe you're highlighting, home of the day. Doing something like that consistently, maybe it's not going to generate a ton of leads, but what it will do is it will keep you consistently in front of your audience on social media, which is important. What was that?
We were just going over a social media campaign where you do 2 posts a day, no matter what. It's consistent. Yeah. 2 posts a day. Just pick something, and that could be part of your 2 posts a day.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, consistency is key with social media posting, and you want to have a nice balance, right? You want to have a good balance between personal and professional. You don't always want to make it about real estate. But when you do want to make it about real estate, doing something like a single property or providing a market report for a specific area, like on a regular basis, that is a great way to utilize KvCore to do that. Okay, so let's look at building a landing page. So I'm going to go ahead in the lead engine section here. I'm just going to go over to build landing page. So this is the back end of the landing page. This is before it's published. First thing you're going to notice in the upper left-hand corner is you have the different types of landing pages to choose from. I showed you samples of pretty much every single one. I think the only one I didn't show you an example of is content hijack, but I'll just review that with you really quickly. So we have lead gen. So you have all of this information that you can customize here. Again, entice them to want to give their information. What are you going to give them of value that they're going to want to go ahead and put their information into your system? So some ideas for landing pages, we have like 55 plus community homes, pool homes, cash flowing income properties, foreclosures, land listings, new construction listings, the open houses, like I mentioned, price reduced properties with acreage. There's so many different variables that you can do there that's going to maybe entice people to want to give their information.
I love that. Think about locally on the reservoir or something like that, or start naming those golf courses. Just try to think using this on a local level, the cool features that we have.
Yeah. So one of the really cool things, let me show you, let me go over here. Since I can't access it through my website, I know that I can access it here. Under here, under options, you're going to have these filters for you to set up a search on your website too. These are all different options that you can provide as a reason for people to want to get information. So there's fixer-uppers, newly built, so all new construction, 55 and over, we already talked about that, or green Energy Star properties, horse properties, golf course, pool, waterfront. Oh my gosh, it's just, the list goes on and on and on. So all of these are ways that you could be promoting these listings and just getting yourself out there and, you know, trying to attract people to use your landing page. Okay, let me go back. Build landing page. So we have the lead gen. So that's going to be this page. It's going to capture their email and their cell phone. When they click this button, it's going to take them to whatever URL you put up here in this field. We have the video view where you can put in a video from YouTube. It does have to be a video that is hosted on YouTube in order for that to work. And then they click on see the list. It takes them to wherever you're putting the URL after video. Got video plus lead. It's a combination of those first two. So you've got the video plus the lead capture. Content hijack. This is like kind of like a bait and switch type marketing tactic. So you're maybe offering them, you know, a list of new construction homes in your market, but you also have a brand new construction listing. So there's an opportunity up here at the top. You'll see URL you want and URL they want. So you can send them to two different websites or landing pages or, you know, listing sections on your website. Text lead, this is where you can create that custom text code, and I'll show you how to do that. You are not limited with regard to how many text codes you create, so you can get really creative with this. I really love using text codes because there's a lot of value that you can add in the text that provides them some information. Address capture, if you're just wanting to capture an address, so what's your home value, right? If you're using that as your catch, then you want to have this address here. And then again, like I said earlier, the Facebook chat. So I'm going to show you guys how to build out a video plus lead, just because that kind of checks the boxes for the first two, the lead gen and the video view. When it comes to creating all of this content down here, I do recommend that you do this prior to completing all of the stuff across the top. The reason for that is if you make a mistake and remove a thumbnail that you did not want to remove, you have to refresh the page and start all over. So instead of having this all done and having to refresh and start over, let's just start here. And that way, if we make any mistakes, we can just refresh and we don't lose that much effort. The reason that I say that is because it's very easy to delete these thumbnails. All you do is double click and it's gone. And then I have to get it back by refreshing. It is cool that you can delete a couple though. If you know you don't want 4 and you only want 2, you can do that. You can't add more than 4 though. 4 is the max. So to edit the text, you're just going to type into the text here. So Let me see, what do we want to do next? I'm not gonna be able to really do a search on my website, so I'm just gonna set it up for an event. Let's do a pie event. Oops, let me get my typing right. So say, Thanksgiving is coming up and you wanted to host an event where you're providing pies for all of your clients. So I'm going to go ahead and we want them to register. We want them to tell us like what kind of pie it is that they want to make or they want to pick up. So I'm going to say next home pie event. I'm going to put a date. So I'm going to say November 4th, 2023. Then I can, huh?
Pecan or sweet potato?
Pecan. That's my favorite. So I could put in, my address of where I want them to pick up the main pie. Main Street. This is where I want them to pick it up. Maybe between the hours of 3 and 4 p.m. And I'll delete that. I don't need to add that much content. I'm going to go and I'm just going to grab a random video off of YouTube. Let me see here. Next home video. YouTube. I'm going to show you just how easy it is to put a YouTube video in here. So let me check out this one.
Oh, the first day that we signed up.
Oh, that's so annoying. Let me go back. Let me find a good one that doesn't have that equals. There we go. All right. So when we're over here, let me bring this closer. When we are over here, we're done.
Hi, Next Homies. It's Emran along with Petya.
Sorry.
And this is the Next Home Company.
So loud. So after you've added all of your text here, right? You've got this all dialed in and you're ready to do the video. It tells you in the video in this little white blip here, exactly what you need to do to get that video embedded into the landing page. So you're just going to make sure whatever video it is that you're wanting to use, it's on YouTube. You're going to insert your YouTube video ID up here in this field that says YouTube ID. It says here that your ID is the stuff after the V in your YouTube video. So when we go back over here to YouTube, there's the V. So I'm going to grab everything after the V. I'm just going to copy it. I'm going to go back over to my landing page and I'm going to paste that in that YouTube ID section at the top. And then you're going to see a preview of the video. If you do not,
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? Easy peasy, right? If you do not see a preview of the video, then something is wrong with the video. It didn't embed properly. So you do want to make sure that you do get to see a picture of that. Okay. So now we can go back to the top and we can start building from left to right. If you assign a hashtag to the contacts that are coming into your CRM, it's very easy to create a smart campaign that can be assigned to them based off of that hashtag. Not only that, but it is a really great way for you to be able to identify these individuals once they're in your CRM in the event that you want to reach out to them again. So let's say I'm just going to do pie event for my hashtag here. And don't forget with hashtags throughout KvCore, you don't want to put the actual hashtag symbol and you also don't want any spaces. Submit button text, what that is the text that they're going to see here. So I'm going to say, show me the pies. And you'll see that that's automatically updated here. URL after a login. So let's just say that I've already created a Google form that I want them to fill out to pick whatever type of pie it is that they want. So let me just grab a URL real quick. We'll pretend that that's my URL for my Google form. It's going to have a list of like all of the different pie flavors that I'm going to be able to provide. They're going to make their selection. So I know exactly how many of these I need to have available for the actual event. And then Require phone is your next option. So if you do want to make it required that they add their phone number up front here on the lead capture, you could do that just by checking the box, and you'll notice it no longer says optional. And then for the background photo. So you have a good variety of background photos here already. If you wanted to do something custom, you could do that. So maybe I have a picture of a pie or something. In order to host a background image, it does have to be hosted online first. So you can't just drag and drop a photo that you already have. You would need to make sure that it's hosted online. So for example, there is a site that you can go to. Let me find it. It is called Post Images. This is a completely free site where you can upload photos and it'll create a URL so that you can use that as your background image. Ryan, I will send you a link with this information so that you have it, so you can share it with the agents if you would like to, so they have the resources that we're reviewing today. All you're going to do is choose the image. So here's an image that I just happen to have. Obviously, it's not a pie, but that's okay. The goal is just to teach you what to do. And then as far as which link you want to use, you always want to use the direct link. So it'll generate that for you. I'm just going to copy that, and I'm going to go back over to the building of my landing page, and I'm going to paste that here. I'm going to click on save. And now you'll see a preview of the photo that you wanted to have added. Okay. If you don't see a preview of the photo, then something is wrong. You probably copied the wrong link or something. So just make sure you do see the preview. Same like the video. If you are doing something like this for a specific listing, right? Maybe you want to do some lead capture for your specific listing. You do have the ability to add a primary MLS image. So if you decide that you want to do that, all you have to do is enter the MLS ID, and it will pull in the primary image from your listing within the MLS. Okay. Now, just remember, it is going to be your primary listing, so you want to make sure that that is what you want to use. If not, you can always do the custom background. Okay. I'll go back to my custom background, close. Oh, we're good. Okay. And then from here, we want to select our lead type. So obviously, if I am, sharing a listing or something, I am trying to get a buyer, that would be my lead type. You have all these different options. For this one, I'm just going to go ahead and select none. It will identify that type of client when they hit your CRM. Okay, so that's why you would want to set that up, because it's going to determine what type of client they're going to be. And then the last thing that you have to look at here is the light theme. So you'll see that it brightens up the back. It turns the text to black. So that's an option that you have as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and just double check all of my work here. The reason that I'm going to double check all of my work is because once I save this, I can't go back and edit it. I would have to start all over again. So I'm going to go ahead and double check. Everything's good. Press save, confirm that I understand I won't be able to edit. And now we're in our actual landing page. So as you can see, that was very easy to put together. It took me maybe like 5 minutes. So very, very easy to create. And now that we have the landing page, what am I going to do with it, right? How am I going to get this out to people? So you'll notice now that we're on the landing page, we have the little green thumbnail in the upper left-hand corner. This will automatically create posts for you across all of these different social media platforms. So this is really easy to do. Just click on Facebook. It's going to create the post for it. Just write a little blurb about it, and then people can click into it and get into your landing page. The other thing that you can do, and something that I highly encourage people to do, is turn their landing page into a QR code. So with a QR code, think of it as if you're doing like print marketing, or if you are hosting an event and you want to get people to register as they're attending your event, right? We want to do some type of lead capture so we can do some follow-up with these people that are coming to our event. Turn it into a QR code and then print that QR code out and post it in like a crystal display stand on your table. People can come up, maybe say it's for a raffle or something like that, a prize that you're going to give them, along with maybe a buyer's manual or a seller's manual or relocation guide or something like that. They scan the QR code, they enter their information to your landing page. You can in turn give them whatever it is that you were offering them, and now they're entered into your CRM as a lead. Okay. To create
on open houses, people would rather scan a code and enter their information on their phone than they would fill out a form.
Oh, 1,000,000%. But we also have the open house app for that. So I definitely love the open house app. I'm going to show you why in just a second. Don't let me forget to bring that up, Ryan, after I'm done doing this section here. So how do you create a QR code, right? So there is a completely free site. They're not limited to how many times you can create QR codes. It's called QR Code Monkey. You can also make your QR codes really cute. So again, attracting attention, making people want to utilize it. Like they'll, draw attention to it. What is this? So all you do is once you have your URL for your landing page, you're going to copy that over here into the your URL section. When it comes to setting the colors, if you go within the Next Home intranet and go into the marketing section under the branding center, you'll find our branding guidelines here. And we have all of the codes for all of our colors posted in the branding guidelines. You'll see orange and gray here at the beginning, and then further down, you'll see the colors for the secondary colors. So you can come in here and you can add that code. And now my code is going to be orange, and you can even have more fun with it. You can add in your own logo. So let me find my logo. Oh, let's grab this one.
You can make it the shape of the house. Yeah, you can. You can put Luke in the middle. I did that this week.
Yeah, you can put Luke in the middle. I mean, the goal is to attract the attention, right? Draw people into it, make them want to use it so that you can capture their information.
You want to make an account with this. You want to make an account, save that as a dynamic code where you can go back and change that link and keep your QR code.
Yes, you definitely can do that. Absolutely. Instead of making a new QR code with every landing page, you can update it and then use it at each event, the same QR code. Yep. Okay, what you said about the open houses is so on point, but the great thing is with the open house app through KvCore, that's designed to be used on a tablet. Do you guys have tablets that you like check out or let them borrow?
I do not.
I would definitely recommend that you guys invest in some, like, it doesn't even have to be a brand new tablet. It can be like an old iPad or tablet or whatever the case may be. But I have heard nothing but great things from people who are using the open house app on this tablet with this stand. This is what it looks like here. Let me see if I can make this bigger for you so you can see it better. Can you see the tablet here on the stand?
Yeah.
So have this by the front door. People walk in, they register on the open house app that's provided by KvCore. Their information is automatically transferred over into your CRM. And then if you have an open house smart campaign set up and turned on, it can automatically start nurturing them right there when they're still in the open house. So, and this stand here is an anti-theft stand. So that's separate, obviously, from the tablet itself. We have one hyperlinked here in this section. So if you guys were going to be, they changed the color to black. If you guys were going to be using the pads, then you would want to have some type of anti-theft stand so people can't walk away from it. Not only that, but it looks very professional when they walk in the door and they see the stand there. They actually want to put their information. They want to sign in and use it. It's just much more professional. Okay.
I love that.
Me too. It's awesome. Awesome. Okay, so that is how you can create a landing page with the video and the lead capture. If you ever want to go back and see the history of your landing pages that you have created, you go here to all lead engine tools. It didn't register. Maybe it did. There it did. If you go here to all lead engine tools and select your domain name, click on past landing pages. And now here you're going to have all of the landing pages that you've ever created. Okay. So they can't be deleted too, just so that you know that, but that doesn't really matter that much. But if you're the type of person that likes to be super organized, just know that you can't delete them if you've made mistakes and stuff. They stay in your history. Okay, so that is how you create the video plus lead. Let me show you how to create a call and text capture code. So those you can also use outside of landing pages. Once you have that text code created, you can use that, like I mentioned earlier, like on your business card. You can add your text code. You can use it on listing signs. Just there's unlimited potential. You can use it on printed marketing. So let's say, for example, for my pie event that I'm having, let's create a new text code for that. So when you're in the text code section where you're setting it up, you'll see that you can either do a message or you can do like an MLS ID. So you can provide them with a listing. I'm going to go ahead and say that my custom text code is going to be pie. Obviously, I'm going to do a message. I don't want to send them a listing. I want to send them a message. I'm going to type out what I want the text message to say. Respond with your pie. Oops. Selection. So we'll do apple, pecan, blueberry. Okay. Thanks. I look forward to seeing you there. So that when they text my custom code pie, they're going to receive this text message in return. And then I'm asking them to respond with a pie selection. That response is going to be sent to my smart number and it automatically is going to go into my CRM. I am going to want to assign my hashtag again. That way I know that this particular person came from my pie event. Excuse me. Before I get out of here, I mean, this is all that I would want to put in this message, but say for instance, I'm doing something, some other type of custom text code where maybe, you know, I'm offering a buyer's guide and I have that buyer's guide saved online. So I'm going to go ahead and just provide the link to that buyer's guide so that when they receive the text message, they click on the link and now they have whatever it is that I was offering to them. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on add. Now my pie code is set up. So I'm going to go back over into my landing page. And I'm going to build the custom text code landing page. Text lead. So event November 4th, I think is what I put. I'm just going to delete these so I don't have to waste everybody's time filling all this out again. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my text code, which was pie. I've also selected different background. I'll do a kitchen background this time. And as soon as they text pie to 925-369-7738, which is my smart number, that message that I created in the back end of the text code is going to be sent to them automatically. And the lead capture is that phone number, right? Because they text me pie. So now I've captured their phone number.
So if you had everybody's email, you could email this and you could capture their phone number. Great way to capture that. Yeah.
Get that additional information. Yeah, for sure. So, and I mean, you just think about that. If you're going to, you know, open this up to the public and you're going to host this pie event and you're posting this on social media and they're just texting that to you, think about the lead capture opportunities that you have there. And obviously this is just for an event. You can do it with a large spectrum of things, right? a really, really wide variety of things. All right, let me show you quickly how to make a squeeze page. Those are super, super simple to do. The concept again with a squeeze page is that it is going to squeeze them back to your website and only your website. It is not going to give them anything else. It also doesn't generate a landing page the same way that a landing page does. It's just going to generate a link that you can use to share on social media or use in print, create a QR code, etc. So to set that up for a multi-property, you're just going to say, for example, enter in the contact info or the location. So you type in your city, you wait for it to populate in the drop-down menu. You do need to do that in order for that to trigger. You'll see that it's located here now. And now I can select my listing type. So I want to do single family residence. I can select a style. I can select a price range. So I'm doing San Jose. I'm going to go ahead and say like 1 million. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. To 2 million. I think that is, yes, that's right. Oh, no, one more 0. There we go. And then if I wanted to be more definitive, right, I still have all of these options as far as maybe I want to do new construction. So newly built between 1 million and 2 million in San Jose. So that is what I'm going to be advertising when I post this on social media, or when I post it or use it in my print marketing, or when I use it as a QR code, right? On this right side, all of this is for your information only. It's not required that you fill this out, but it is good information. So if you want to track how well this squeeze page performed for you, put in here where you're using it, right? So let's just say I'm going to use it on Facebook. I can create a hashtag. I would say San Jose 1 to 2 million, and then new construction. And obviously these acronyms need to make sense to you. You're the only person that needs to make sense though. It's your hashtag. You can select a Facebook cover. Huh?
So don't forget your hashtags though.
Yeah, use your hashtags because it's a really great way to delineate individuals in your CRM so that you can do some outreach to them. These are the different Facebook cover photo options. You can also, once you're in Facebook and creating the post, you can obviously select your own photo for the cover. You don't have to use these. Property views allowed before registration. So how many times are you going to let them look at different listings on your website before you require them to register, which is your lead capture opportunity, right? So do you want to make them do that as soon as they get there? Do you want to let them look at 2 different listings, which is what the default is? And then you have all these other different options, okay? Now that you're done setting everything up, I'm going to click on generate link. And now it has generated the link to the search that I just set up.
Are y'all's wheels turning on ways you could use that, like homeowner reservoir, homes in Madison County under 300,000? Just, you got so many options. You got all that social media content you work to come up with. Here's half of it right here.
Yeah, totally. So unfortunately, there's no search results matching what I put together. But if there was, they would be populating right here. So apparently there's no new construction in San Jose between 1 and 2 million. My price was probably off. It's probably more than that. But if there was, that's where they would be listed here. And then if they click on 2 listings, it's going to require them to register. They're going to have to provide their email, and they're also going to have to provide their phone number. What that does is it creates an account for them on your website so that they can save property searches. It will set that up inside of KvCore for you so that you can see what they saved, so that you can reach out to them and chat with them about that a little bit more. You know, you obviously want to do some follow-up and make it a little bit more personal. But yeah, that's exactly how you do the multi-property squeeze page. Super easy to do. And then when you're creating your post on Facebook, let me open Facebook real quick and show you what I'm talking about. Oh, you guys, I'm gonna have to log in. That's not gonna work.
What term?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, give me just 1 second.
So that, there's so many options that you can use that squeeze page for, text codes for. You just really need to figure out where to customize that, who your clients might be looking for. But once you start that, and we talked about earlier, if you get on your website and you update that, give them a buyer's page, give them a seller's page, put your menu of services on your website. You've got all these people clicking your website's going to grow. Your CRM then is going to turn into, people are just going to come to search for houses daily. And it's going to come into those 2 closings a year, 4 closings a year. It's going to do nothing but grow.
Yep. You are 100% accurate about that for sure. Another cool thing that you could do if you are interested in blogging is you could create your blog and then use that on social media too to drive more traffic over to your website to increase your website's SEO as well. So now I'm in my Facebook and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to post my link, and then I'll say, oops. Can you guys hear my dog? I don't want to put that yet. Let me move it here.
Right there, that's good clickbait in my mind. Now we've narrowed down all the new construction houses in San Jose, California. You don't have to search through Zillow and realtor.com. Here you are, one clickable link. People want to see that. People want to see specialized marketing, homes on a golf course, homes on the lake, homes with a pool. You've narrowed their search down for them in one clickable link.
Mm-hmm. And now I've got my link and it's going to be posted here for everybody to see. All they have to do is click here and it takes them over to my multi-property search that I already set up on my website.
That has no homes.
That has no homes. Yeah. I'm not from San Jose, so I don't really know the area. The MLS that I'm connected with is not in my area. So anyhow, any questions on that, on how to build the multi-property squeeze page?
It's so easy. It's just something we need to do consistently.
Exactly. Single property is going to be really similar to the multi-property, except you're just going to enter either the listing MLS ID or the address, put in the source where you're going to use it, the hashtag, the default reviews before registration, and then generate the link, and it'll link out to that one particular listing. So if you have a listing, I would highly recommend that you create this for your listing and blast it everywhere to get more eyes on your listing.
Office listings. We talked about sharing other agents' listings if you don't have a listing. Share those because you get social media content anyway. This is the page that you would want to share it from. This connects it to the CRM, drives people to your site, and lets them see your buyer and seller presentations.
Yep, exactly. So for the seller squeeze, what that's going to do is on your website, you have this home valuation tab. Let's see if it moves at a decent pace. Earlier for me, it was not moving very well. Oh, good. Okay, that was a nice little surprise. So when you're setting up the seller squeeze, you're going to get your little short link, right? Want to find out what your home is worth? That's going to be your post. It is going to link them over to that home valuation tab on your website where they enter their address, and it's going to provide them their home valuation. The address is going to be your lead capture. That's what's going to capture for you over in the CRM so that you can do some additional follow-up. I mean, use Core Present, right? Core Present is going to provide them with a much better home valuation than doing a home valuation through your website, right? Because you can get more detailed. So it's a great way to do some follow-up and some outreach and to try to get some listings or seller listings. Then the last one let's look at, is going to be the market report squeeze page. So with the market report squeeze page, you can do a specific area. So again, that consistent social media marketing, you can do specific zip codes. So I'm going to do 94. What is Pleasanton? Well, I'm just going to put in Pleasanton. I don't know the zip code over there. There we go. You can do zip codes, you can do neighborhoods, you can do cities, and then just generate the link. Obviously, you want to use whatever you're putting in here. Pleasanton, no spaces. Market report, generate my link, grab that. What that's going, let me copy it. What that's going to do is that is going to take them. Do you see this market report button that I have? I don't know why mine is cut off, but yours should look normal. Mine just doesn't. The market report tab right here, they can get this on your website, right? But if you are providing it on social media, it's going to draw more attention to it, where they can get on and they can go and sign up for regular market report updates. So it wants me to register.
That would be great for a neighborhood campaign. You can break that down to a neighborhood and they can sign up for Gardens of Manship market reports, things like that.
Yep. That's absolutely correct. But again, consistency is key. You can't do it a couple times and say, oh, I didn't get any leads, I'm going to stop, right? You have to be consistent with it. So what I encourage people to do is always calendar some time to do things like this on your calendar on a regular basis. And I think that's probably similar to what you guys talked about earlier today, like what a realtor's day should look like. I'm sure that that's a part of it, you know?
That's exactly, that's part of that admin activity that you should just do. Spend an hour on a day, 4 hours a day that you can spend on your business. And that hour, you can get a lot done. She's just doing all this in under an hour. Imagine doing this on a day-to-day basis.
Yep.
Was there anyone we could pay to do this for?
Yes. No, there totally is, you guys. That's crazy that you ask. So in the marketplace in KvCore, if there is anything that you don't want to do in KvCore that you want done for you, they have this opportunity here called Done For You. You reach out to them and you tell them what you would like for them to do for you, and they're going to give you a quote on how much that's going to cost. So,
wow, I've never seen that. I've never seen that.
I'm done. That's all I needed. That's all I needed.
That was worth the price of admission.
yeah. So, I mean, and newsletters, think about, like, you know, sending out, again, staying in touch with your sphere, providing some type of value and content for them that they're going to be interested in. So if you created a newsletter that had like upcoming community events and reviews on local restaurants and a housing market update, that is something that's valuable to people that they're going to want to read, right? They're going to want that information. So if you don't want to set a newsletter up in KvCore, Done For You will do it for you. So, and I just got there by going to the marketplace in KvCore. You just click on marketplace, and then you have all of these. These are all paid things that you can do throughout the KvCore platform that are going to help you get leads as well. I know one that I've heard nothing but great results from is Property Boost. And
we use that.
You guys use it?
Yesterday, I got 3 leads.
I couldn't hear you. Sorry.
He was saying Tanya did it yesterday, that Property Boost, and got 3 solid leads.
Yeah. And how much did they spend on it?
$60.
Yes. See? It's good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Well, if there's no questions, I'm going to go ahead and log off and give you your guys' time back. I greatly appreciate you guys showing up today. By doing so, I truly believe that you're making a good investment in yourself and in the success of your business. So I really appreciate your guys' time.
Alecia, thank you so much for coming in. Everybody's enjoyed this so much. Send me the video if you can, and
I
we'll talk to
will.
you in a couple weeks.
Yep, it sounds good, sir. I'll send you the video and the little resources that I used today so that you have those for them.
That sounds great. Talk to you later.
All right, have a great day.